Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Fran, and today we are gonna do my July flip through and just kind of talk through some more of my other, I guess, journaling notebook things that I don't think I've mentioned on my channel before. So first things first, this is my traveler's notebook. This is where I junk journal, memory plan, scrapbook, like special day trips, weekend trips. I do have a lot of pages that I've added between July and August. So I'm gonna actually do this update in a separate video because I know this alone is gonna be quite chatty. So if you're interested in my junk journal flip through, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. All right, first book here is gonna be my daily journal and my, I guess, weekly planner is what I would call it. This is the PaperTessDesigns B6 Full Year Edition 2025 Yearly Notebook. As far as things I track here, I track my currently inked inks and how often I use them in that month. So for July, I used Sailor Kamoshka 10 times, Colorverse Peach 5 times, Colorverse Columbus Green 7 times, and Diamine Indigo 9 times. And I have my inks for August here, and I've already gone ahead and put in my inks for September because I am planning super ahead for our Tokyo trip. All right, for July, I maintained above 5,000 steps every day. I think my lowest day was 6,002. I forgot to average it out for the month of July, but I'm just gonna assume that it's more than June, which was an average of 8,416 steps a day. So I will report back. I'm always so bad at doing that. And then here are my personal tracking habits. So I track the pen I use for the day, and this is what I use to tally up the numbers I put here. I did terrible at keeping up with my strength training workout, but I did do my walking pad every day. I still closed rings despite not doing my strength training. Journaling was good, and I lost my audiobook / reading groove. So it is now the 7th of August, and I'm hoping to get back on that groove soon. All right, and then for Happy Meal tracking, everything I purchased in July has been delivered. I definitely shopped a lot more than I wanted to, but this is because I got sucked into TikTok shop and I was tracking some of my purchases there. So far for August, I've only made 3 purchases. So that's fun. And then now let's jump to July. So here is my monthly spread. I tried to do a square scrap a day. I saw someone doing this on TikTok in their regular junk journal, and so I wanted to give it a try. But what ended up happening was I would forget to keep a scrap for that day. So when I wanted to catch up, the scrap didn't really match every single day. So like you could tell from like 16 and 17, this is from the same piece of plastic. So it was just bad. And then by the 23rd, it's like I was basically done with the month and realized I hadn't filled anything out since the 23rd. So then I just used a sticker sheet that I found from like my son Miles, and then I just filled out the squares because I just wanted the spread to look full. I know I shouldn't be afraid of like an empty spread, but that's just how it turned out. And I purposefully put this no U-turn sticker on the 31st as a sign of I do not want to do this again. So for August, I'm gonna go back to what I have been doing so far this year, and that's the sticker a day for like my daily highlight. So we'll be doing that for August. And then here's my ephemera dump, which is still one of my favorite things that I'm doing in this journal because there's really no rhyme or reason to everything that's on here. They're just like receipts I decided to keep or extra stickers I found lying around that I don't know what to do, or sometimes I'll remember to take the produce stickers off. So it's very like low stakes, but then it's really cool to see it come together at the end of every month. Like here was May's. It's very different from, or that was June's, and this is very different from July. So, and then now we're just gonna flip through my daily pages. Nothing exceptional here. I did like maybe like 1 tip in, but most of it is just my sticker kits from Sadie Stickers, letters to Apollo, And then my dated stickers, my regular tracking, it's all the same. So I don't want to like talk too much on that topic. One thing I did do is I went from a line graph to a bar graph for my sleep tracker. Nothing too crazy. There were a lot more pages this month where I didn't fill out the whole page, but I'm okay with that. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, and then this is August, and I did this cute little thing here where I just put my currently inked in the corner just because I wanted to like test out, see all the colors in one spot with this spread. And then my media journal, I'll just flip through it again. As I shared, not a lot of books were read in July. I think I only finished one book, and it was Remarkably Bright Creatures. But actually, I filled out one whole spread for the month of July when it came to like all the media I consumed. So I read one book, I watched Ironheart, The Bear, Squid Game, and Building the Band. And then as far as movies, we watched Jurassic Park, Goofy Movie, K-Pop Demon Hunters, and Fantastic Four. I just have yet to fill this out, so still pretty good. But if I literally only do one spread per month, this is gonna take me years to fill out. So I would really like to start putting more books in here. And I added another sticker to the cover. This says audiobook girly. So anything related to like media consumption, I think I might just create a little notebook there. For my mental wellness journal, I started committing to like stickers. So I like put stickers down. These are not taped. These are actually like peeled off and put into the book. So a little bit of commitment there. So yay me. And then honestly, I can't remember the last time I flipped through these pages, but I did fill out a couple new pages here, maybe just this one. But I also did more sticker layouts so that I can start writing down a bunch of the articles that I have bookmarked. Just, you know, just another sign of use your stickers. These are stickers from Paper Dolls Co. It's a small sticker shop from the Philippines, and so I'm like super excited to support them and just like have these beautiful stickers in my mental wellness journal. So those are the regular check-ins that I normally do in my monthly flip throughs. This TN has entered the chat. This is prepping for the San Francisco Pen Show. So this is happening at the end of August. So I will soon be filling this out with the schedule for the weekend. I'm only attending Friday and Saturday. I have some nib appointments that I'm hoping to book. So yeah, I just wanted to share this. I printed out and glued the show map here. So I'm slowly gonna write down all the shops and highlight where, like, what my priorities are. So that's this one. And then two things I think that would be fun to go over. I cannot remember if I've already made a video of this, but first is my little pen or my ink log. So this is like my little binder. I got this binder off Amazon. It was just called a budget binder, and it came with paper, but these inserts I think I bought separately. So these cards are Wearingeul swatch cards, and so I have the bottles for ink bottles that I own, and then I have this teardrop looking one for ink samples that I have. So I have done my best to try and organize this by color shade. And one thing I need to do soon is update what samples I still have and what samples I don't have. I think all my bottles are still, like, I haven't emptied out any bottles recently. So see, like this one, I need to figure out how to put this in a sleeve. I don't have yellow inks, so this is probably the closest we're getting to that. But here I have this little page flag. This is so that in this back section is where I can put, okay, I've tried this ink, but I no longer have it on my desk. So that's why I want to do a little inventory of that soon. probably when I revamp the office space. We're still in a transitional phase right now with some home renovations. And then this is not correct. Where is my pen log? This here is my pen log, which I think I've like shown on TikTok and in like YouTube reels, but basically it's a log of every pen I've purchased and owned, and I ideally will have printed a picture of every pen. That's not true for like my latest ones. I need to go figure my life out. But one thing I want to do is like write down like all the inks that I use in the pen, so that way if I like put it away with ink still inside and I don't clean it out, which, you know, I shouldn't do, but sometimes it happens, I'll remember like what was the last ink that was in there, or I can remember like, oh, I actually liked this combination or I didn't. So that's the point of this one. This is also meant to last a long time because I don't think I'm gonna own 500 pens in my lifetime. So yeah, we'll see how these two go. This is my pen log. I love pens. And this is my ink log. All right, friends, that is it for the month of July. I hope the summer has been treating you well, and let me know in a comment down below how you're doing with your journals, if you're starting to think about next year, because I know it's like planner preview season now. We'll see how everything pans out. If you enjoy this content, please give the video a thumbs up. Again, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you at the next video, my friends. Until then, have a wonderful day. Bye.